starting now. All right, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. Please put your child's name into the chat um, so we can take attendance. I'm glad I got to see a lot of you last night, and we're going to have a great year. Um, as I'm talking, I'm just going to be putting in slides. So, a little bit about me. Some of you know that I have um, been teaching pre-K for over 30 years, including childcare, my first few years. And I've been with the school system in pre-K for 27 years. It was only 1 year that I didn't teach pre-K. And this is my fourth year here at Caleb's Creek. I transferred from Speece after being there for 20 years. And my hobbies are shopping and crafting. I am a shopaholic. I love jewelry. I love decorating, and I love listening to music. Your child will probably learn over 100 songs this year because we use music a lot in our teaching and just for fun too. One day I hope to write children's books because I truly love children's books. Move right along. This is Miss Enzar. This is our second year working together, and she's also a crafty girl, so we may be coming up with all kinds of stuff this year. She loves to travel and do all the things, and her daughter does go to the school. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. So our day is and if you have a question, just feel free to unmute yourself at any time. Our school day runs from 8:25 to 2:55, meaning your child should be picked up before 2:25. And the earliest you can be here is 8:25. You need to be at school no later than 8:45. You will be marked tardy at 9 o'clock simply because, or absent, not tardy. I'll mark you absent because I don't know if you haven't communicated to me that you're running late. I have to have attendance in at that time. So unless you communicate, hey, we're on our way, please mark him tardy and not absent or anything like that, I won't know. So communication is so important. This is why we joined Dojo. No matter what happens, you need to let me know so then I know what to do on your behalf. Okay. I don't want to mark your child absent if y'all are on the way or you got up late. And speaking of that, since you're in the school system and we have to use all the things that they do, being late, waking up late is not an excuse. It will be an unexcused absent. Or tardy, whatever it is. Only things that are like doctor's appointments, which you bring in a doctor's notes for every absence. Basically, you need to provide us with a note. And that's again another form of communication because we are government funded by state and federal funds. They have to know why a child isn't in school. Okay. Just know that is why you also have a lot of that paperwork. So chronic tardies will be reported as well as absences to the principal. And in some cases, if it's chronic and you are just using us as a daycare service, which we are not, we are pre-kindergarten. So the expectation is the same, that your child will be in school when they are physically able. We do not expect them to come if they're sick. It is excused if they're sick. But basically they want you to understand that you can't abuse this and use this as childcare. Parking and entering the building. Please pay attention to this part. Pre-K families must park in the main parking lot, which is where all the teachers park. It's the biggest parking lot. You can't miss it. It's the one you turn into on the right, the first right you come in. And I know it seems like there's not a lot of parking because there really isn't. Once traffic flow give it a good couple of weeks to for traffic sort of to enter to even out. And In the morning, when you're dropping off, you must park in the teacher parking lot or the general parking lot. In the afternoon, because we leave before the other students, you are allowed to park in front of the school, or the circle as we call it, but do not abuse this privilege, meaning, for example, we had parents who decided they were going to cuss our principal or assistant principal out last year because they were wrong in parking in places they shouldn't. The principal has already told me she will revoke that privilege, and you will have to park in the parking lot if that occurs. So please tell anyone dropping off your child to be on their P's and Q's, because you don't know who you're talking to. And I don't want anybody, I mean, they come to us asking us who you are and how they can find you. So please just park where you're supposed to. AM, main parking lot. PM, you're only supposed to be briefly to sign your child out for the day. And you must be gone before car rider starts. Now, we have parents that will line up an hour to 2 hours before school let out. I don't understand it. I can't tell you why they do that, but they sit there and they take naps, and they're in that parking line, and it's a nightmare to get out of. So if you're running late and you haven't picked up your child at 2:55, just expect you're going to be later. Okay. You're and that's going to be a strike against you, because then now you're not picking up your child on time. And that's a big problem, because legally set by Raleigh, we cannot have these kids past our allotted time. Again, because it's government funded, they have very stringent guidelines. You were all given a purple badge within your packets last night. Please wear those when entering the building to sign your child in or out. It will prevent them calling you in the office, having you do this whole checkout thing. And it applies to anyone picking up your child. So if you need additional badges, we can talk to me personally about it. And we'll see what we can do. All right, all pre-K students must be escorted to class by an adult. You cannot send their older sibling who's 16 to sign them in and out, because we check IDs. Again, those are guidelines set by Raleigh. We are under the child care laws as well, unfortunately. All students must be okay. No one under 18. Early release is something they've done in the past. It's still in here because it's not on our calendar, but if, let's say it snows and they're saying they're going to do early release, just know that's going to be around your pickup time. All right. We are an NC pre-K / Title I classroom. Our max capacity is 18 students. We are also a star rated license, again, under childcare laws. Currently, we are at 4 out of 5, but we are going to go through the ECRS process again soon. Now, some of you have told me that you're, well, let me address this. We offer snacks for now. Each child will receive free breakfast and lunch. That hasn't changed for this year. Some of you have told me that your children are picky eaters and they won't eat school lunch. Well, that's fine, but you must sign an opt-out form. But if you do, that means you are opting out of breakfast and lunch. The snack is not going to be opted out. We're going to provide the snack no matter what. It is repetitive, and sometimes probably halfway through the year, you are free to send in snacks for the kids, because I tell you, they will reject those snacks because it's on a cycle and they get tired of them. So if you go to Sam's and you want to just contribute snacks for the week, we would greatly appreciate it, just to give them some variety. You don't even need to ask, just bring it. And as far as I know, we have no children with allergies or anything, peanuts and all that stuff. Transportation is not provided, and neither is wraparound care or before and after school care, not by the program. That is a parent responsibility. We encourage you to volunteer. Just make sure you've gone through the Winston-Salem-Forsyth County Schools volunteer page to do a background check, and that you should be able to access through the school website. Supplies. Very briefly, these are just some of the things that I've asked for. Um, and you see the QR code, which was also on our supply codes. Please contribute, donate things from our class wish list, our Amazon class wish list, because some of those, well, not all of it, they've been curated to, go with themes and things that I'm teaching the kids and things that we may need. So please, if you're able to donate items, they are greatly appreciated. Water bottles are requested because we don't have a water fountain in our class, and we want all kids to be able to hydrate throughout the day. We just ask that it not be a stainless steel bottle. If you only knew the scares that it caused when a student drops the bottle, that is why they are banned. Pretty much in every classroom. I don't know a teacher that would like anything other than plastic. Treasure box toys, we use treasure box as incentives. They also get to go there on their birthday to pick out something. And we use stickers as our class currency. So basically, every child will have a job to do each week. They get paid in stickers on Friday if they do their job for the week. And they really like doing that. And we asked for a baby picture and a family picture to put in our classroom so they can see their family. It makes it, part of, their home life and everything. So yeah, please put those items and make sure they're like no bigger than 5x8 so that everybody's will fit on there. Please don't bring us 8x10s. It could be candid photos. They don't have to be portrait, but we would like to see a baby picture and a picture of the family. Book bags should be regular size book bags. Please don't bring mini book bags because things like their folders don't fit. So just a regular size book bag is all they need. Let's see. All right. We send home parent weekly folders on Wednesday. They have mailboxes right underneath the sign-in. We ask that you do not take things out of their mailbox at all, unless I ask you to. Those things are gathered and kept there for those Wednesday packets. So even if your child says, "Oh, I got to get," don't. Please ask a teacher. There's no reason for you to do that at all. Now, when you return your folders the next day after Wednesday, you are going to put them in their mailbox. We use Class Dojo, as you already know. Thanks for everyone who joined. We also have a morning routine. Some of you are told about that this morning. It's a quick routine. It takes less than 5 minutes. They're going to put their things away. They're going to check in as you sign in. They have to wash their hands as part of the routine. It's not negotiable. They have to hand wash. And then the only other thing is the question of the day. And we're not starting that until the full week next week. So you don't have to worry about any of that the first 3 days. Our daily schedule, you got a copy of that last night. So refer to that when you're thinking of picking up early or birthdays or anything like that. Let's see. Oh, hold on 1 second. Let me make sure. Oh, hold on 1 second. Make sure I got everybody in the meeting. Okay. All right. So our curriculum is called the Creative Curriculum. And it's based on hands-on activities, and it includes math and meaningful play. So when people talk about kids playing all the time in pre-K, well, all they do is play. Well, that's not all we do. We're intentional in our play, and depending on what we're learning about, you'll see different things come out. I'll set different activities out for them to do. But we also assess the kids using something called Teaching Strategies Gold. And we look at their social emotional, their physical, their language, their cognitive literacy, all the things that you see listed. Those are things that we are observing and seeing if they're meeting the set objectives. And we will share those things with you at parent-teacher conference on how they're doing. We also, thanks to our awesome principal, we do pre-K, the pre-K version of Heggerty. Heggerty, as you can see, is a phonemic awareness curriculum. It takes about 10 minutes to do every day. So basically, it's getting them ready to read. With learning the alphabet, there's nursery rhymes involved. There's all kinds of things. And my kids last year were my first kids doing it for the first full year, and they loved it. It's part of our morning routine after we eat breakfast. And they really just see, I was just shocked at how much they learned. And by the end of pre-K, they were blending words together. And it's really great. So I'm glad our school, because not every pre-K, very few pre-Ks are doing this, and it falls right in line with what they're doing in kindergarten, which makes the transition into kindergarten that much easier. All right, attendance. Like I mentioned before, attendance is mandatory unless you are sick. We expect you to stay home when you're sick. And my famous phrase is, when in doubt, keep them out. You cannot bring a child here with a fever. If we sent them home at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, they can't come back on Wednesday. All right. It has to be they have to be free from fever without medicine, Tylenol, Motrin, whatever you give them, before they can return. Okay, pre-K can enforce this a little bit more so than the school system, but because we are so self-contained and we're in one room, no matter how much Lysol we use, we can't chase every germ, and we clean every day using bleach and other things. And sometimes we still can't outchase these germs. And when things go around in the classroom, they go around. So that is why you must keep a sick child out. It affects teachers too. We get sick, and then that creates a whole nother issue. But just be mindful and make sure you're communicating. All absences need a note. Tardiness, keep that to a minimum. And if you're running late, let us know. It doesn't matter if you message me through Dojo or Miss Enzar, one of us. If you know that they woke up with a fever at 6 a.m., I'll see the message. My dojo hours are set up from 7 to, I believe I got 4, 7 to 4. So between those hours is when I'll be looking at it. After hours, I probably won't, just for, I have to have separation from work and home. So don't get upset if you sent me a message at 9 o'clock in the morning and I don't answer it until after 8 o'clock when I'm here in the building. So if you have a child absent for 3 days and you don't reach out to us, it is assumed you've dropped your kid from the program. So let's not let that happen. That is why you need to let me know, hey, they've been sick or they have this. Now, we will never tell the whole class that, oh, they have pink eye. Your child has pink eye. What we'll say is something like, there's been a case of pink eye in the class. So don't assume that we're going to let everybody know that your child is patient 0 and they have something that they're going to make everybody sick. No, that's not professional. We will just say, if it's something that is contagious, we have to alert the other families so they know what to look at, but we would never say your child's name. We already talked about an adult needs to be the one sign them out. Now you've received the health policy, the discipline policy, the child abuse and neglect policy, and there's a notification of policies received. And I did send you a copy of a link to the parent handbook. Just know, as far as discipline, we don't withhold food, bathroom, anything like that from your child. They will not be locked in a room. We just can't do those things. And as far as child abuse and neglect, we are mandated reporters. So if we suspect anything, it is our duty to report it. We don't have to discuss it with anyone other than the people we're reporting it to. So just be mindful of that. And make sure you sign those policies and put that back in with your paperwork. You have 30 days to get your health assessment and dental and shot records into us. So 30 days from tomorrow, and we'll let you know the exact date on the calendar. Each month I send home a newsletter and I do a calendar so you can see the things that we're doing for that month. In our class, we love to do fun Fashion Fridays, something I came up with, but with the help of the kids. We try to do something fun on a Friday, like wear your superhero shirt, or, Hello Kitty and Spider-Man Day. I kind of let them decide that. So just know we do fun stuff like that just as a class community. So this is more on the discipline policy. We don't withhold food or use corporal punishment of any kind. There is a shake and baby thing, that policy that you must sign off on. Even though we don't deal with babies, we don't shake kids either. So and just know, I know you've heard the things that our school district is going through, and you've heard some things about pre-K last year. Just, understand we're in for a rough year financially. So there are things that I'm going to ask you to send in, and things of that nature when we're doing activities. Like, I know the first thing I'll probably ask you for is to sign up to bring food. We're going to do 5 senses pretty soon, and we're going to have that Friday, we're going to have a taste party. So you can sign in, and it's sort of first come, first serve. So if you don't get the sign up for one activity, do trust there will be other ones in the future, because we won't need 18 of everything. You know what I mean? So don't worry if you didn't get to sign up for one activity, there'll be more. Because funding is limited, just know if your child intentionally breaks something, I'm going to send you an Amazon link, because most of this stuff was funded by me. And a lot of it was the program as well, but we just don't have the funds to replace things that are intentionally broken. We know accidents happen, and I know the difference. So just be mindful of that. And we do play. But through play, there's language developments. They're working on all kinds of skills. Play is just not mindless. Our stuff, the things we do here is very intentional, on purpose, in other words. So play is not just mindless play in this environment. And also wanted to share with you, and I don't know if we put that in the folder, the growth mindset. I don't think so. If not, I will send it in one of their Wednesday packets. But basically, our it's not really a philosophy. I guess it is, but our mindset is a growth mindset, meaning it's not fixed. It means instead of saying I can't do it, you may say something like, well, I can't do it yet. Like, I cannot tie my shoes yet. So when a lot of people have a fixed mindset, it kind of trains your brain that you can't do something. And it's a fear of failure type of thing. And we don't want kids to develop that habit, that we all make mistakes, we learn from them. We want to motivate them. Yes, you can do this. Even though it may be frustrating and things like that, especially when they're little and they're your little babies. Well, they're not my babies, they're my big kids, and they can do a lot more than you think they can. I have parents every year, well, how do you get them to clean up after themselves? It's an expectation. That's the simplest answer. I teach them how to be responsible, and that our class is a community, and it's their job to help keep it nice and neat. You'll hear that phrase a lot, nice and neat, and take pride in it. You love these toys? Well, I need you to treat them with respect so that other people can enjoy them. So we do a lot of social emotional teaching and learning here. That's something that's been really popular in the last few years with upper grades, but pre-K has been doing that since the beginning. Let's see. And, during the day, you may see this all the time. Okay, they're giving us the 10-minute warning. Okay, gotcha. So if you get kicked out, just come back on in. Tying shoes. Well, we expect that they don't know how to do that yet, but we are going to encourage them to try. If you spend 5 minutes every night, and usually they learn how to tie shoes from an older sibling or cousin. It's not something they teach us how to teach children. We just do it. But I do have one rule. I've had friends in the past who intentionally untie their shoe and then walk over and ask me or Miss Enzar to tie it. And my answer to them is, if you can untie it, you need to know how to tie it back. Because I said, I don't need extra work. And that's really what I believe. They have to learn. You can't make problems and expect other people to solve them. And I do teach them how to solve a lot of problems because they're of an age where they can start learning those things. We love hugging. We love laughing and giggling. We like to be silly, but when it's time to be serious, it's time to be serious. I do a lot of reading. I do not tolerate bullying. And if there ever comes an issue with your child, and let's say another child, I want you as parents to teach them and talk with them about letting the adult in the room know what's going on, because there have been instances where we have no idea that something has happened because it wasn't brought to our attention. And we observe the kids all day, but we can't see every little thing. That's impossible for anybody. But there have been children that go home and say, so-and-so hit me today. Your first question should be, did you tell your teachers? Did you let them know? And my thing is, if I don't know about it, I can't fix it. So please empower them. If something happens, please seek out the adult in the room, your teachers, and let them, we'll take it from there. But to wait till you go home, I mean, I can't fix it. It's over with now. But yes, let's see. We're almost done. And this is just some slides about volunteering. These are some very old parents I've had. I just never updated the pictures. These children are out of college right now. That's how long ago these are. So without telling my age, yeah. You can volunteer by coming to help read, prepping activities, cutting out things. But again, you must be vetted by the Winston-Salem Forsyth County school system. Can you get that? Yes. So just make sure you do that and just let us know. We just ask that we don't want volunteers for the first 6 weeks of school, just because we're getting them to the routine. This is our plea for you to join the PTA. Our PTA here is so good, and they do so many great things for us as a staff and for the children. I'm not sure of the cost. $7 was the last time. They probably had a table last night. So please, our goal is for 100% of our class to join PTA, and it really helps the school. And I think the membership fee, that covers everybody. It's not per family. I mean, it's per family, not per individual. Okay. So please join. Tips for me. Before the first day, talk to your child about school in a positive way. Talk about how many friends they're going to get, how much fun they're going to have. And I sent you something about don't walk away from your child the first day. Don't push them in the room and then leave. That is not going to establish things very well with us at all. And just imagine 18 screaming kids on the first day. Don't do that to us. Don't do that to your child. Please talk to them about all the positive things they're going to learn and do in school. They need about 10 to 13 hours of sleep at their age for brain development. So keep that in mind. No child should be up past 8:30 at this age. They shouldn't. All of their electronic devices should be taken. I encourage music, some soft music. That helps them. That's what they're going to be used to at school. And no matter what you say, what they say about, oh, I'm not sleepy, I'm not going to do it, that magic music gets them. You can turn on something that is just very white noise and stuff. It will get them to sleep. And if problems do arise throughout the year, please see me first. Sometimes I don't know there's an issue. And it could be miscommunication, misunderstanding, misperception. I want to clear up any of that. And I do want to establish a partnership with you as the parent. I'm here to advocate for you and your child. So definitely reach out if you have any concerns. And just establish a routine. It will help you in the mornings and at night. for your child to have that routine, they know what to expect. You'll have less problems with behavior because it's predictable. And that's the way we are in our classroom. They know what comes next. And I communicate that. I don't change things without letting them know. If our schedule is going to be different, I'm going to let them know, hey, our schedule, we got this coming in. We got a special guest. And that simple thing, that simple action will help you avoid a lot of drama and trouble. Okay. These are two important quotes. Fred Rogers is one of my personal heroes and why I work with children, young children, because he had such a love and understanding and respect for young children, as do I. Jim Henson is another hero of mine. So these are very important quotes that I love from those individuals. And this is a funny quote, but it is true. If you promise not to believe everything your child says happens at school, I'll promise not to believe everything that he says happens at your home. Okay. And it's true because they tell all your business. I'm just going to be upfront with that. But because little kids have no filter, which is one of the things that I love about them. But are there any questions before they kick us out in the next 3 minutes?
Yes, where can we
Please
find?
unmute and ask your question.
Hi, Mrs. Bryson. Where can we
I
find?
can't hear you, Claudia.
Let's see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, the audio is always tricky. Did everyone put their child's name in the chat so we can see it? Make sure we have your attendance. Did you get? Okay. Yeah, they're about to kick us out in 2 minutes. All right, let's see. 2 more. Make sure you've placed your child's name in the chat. Okay, I think we got 2. Student numbers, you shouldn't be asked for a student number. Student numbers are not given until they're registered. So we're confused and we don't know this new process because I literally learned about it Sunday night. So if they're asking you for a student number, then you're in the wrong place somewhere. And what I need you to do is contact Vicki Ladd in the front office, who's our data manager, and she can help walk you through that process before tomorrow. Because we will be checking at the end of the day to make sure that everyone has uploaded it, or you cannot come to school tomorrow. They are that serious about it because you're not registered. It's like you're not here. So I need everybody to make sure they upload that. If you're in doubt, come by the school and talk to her in the front office. But she knows that process. I do not. Okay, a lady in our, copied, I think her name was Norma. Yeah, Norma Gonzalez is the one who placed the kids in the class. Now, some of that paperwork you already turned in, we're asking for it again because stuff gets lost and we don't have all your stuff. Now, that was supposed to be transferred to her, but Norma's literally putting 600 and something kids in classrooms and human error. So that's why we're asking for it again because we don't know where all of that is. So don't get frustrated. Just if you still have the same stuff you sent Norma or whatever, if she hasn't given it to me, which she hasn't given me everyone's information, I only got a few, just do it again just to get it over with because I can't promise you when that stuff is coming. And we have a deadline. From the top of my head, all I know is 3 items that they need to bring in. One is the birth certificate, one is proof of address, and one is, no, and that's not on there. As far as what they need to be registered for tomorrow. Dental's not on there. I thought you were saying. No. Dental's that 30.